All right, let's merge into the next section of the book about culture and history.
Oh, okay. Yay.
So we're gonna take a break from all of our wine.
Oh, well, yeah, you have to go massage your brain and walk around and do something after eaten a bunch. Um, I think something that's not super obvious, our waterfalls are pretty spectacular.
Pretty spectacular.
We also have the largest, or is it largest or longest, pedestrian suspension bridge? I think it's the longest.
We'll go with that. Okay. You're the expert.
Yeah.
And on this channel, whatever you say goes.
And we should just look it up in the book. We'll find out later and get back to you. But there's another bridge that's so super special right here. It's called the Poinsett Bridge. Have you been?
I don't think so. I'm more of the suspension bridge, even though I get a little nervous.
Yeah.
But that leads to the Grand Bohemian, and that is a beautiful walk.
Or we all want to go spend more time at the Grand Bovo.
Oh, you do feel like you're on vacation when you're there because it's just so different.
It is stunning. Well, the Poinsett Bridge, I think, is the precursor to our Liberty Bridge. It is the oldest bridge in South Carolina that you can still traverse. It is dry stone stack. It was designed by Robert Mills, who also designed the Washington Monument. It has a Gothic arch over Little Gap Creek, and it is. I've not been there. So it's up by Camp Old Indian on Highway 11.
Okay.
There are amazing hiking trails up there, but what's so special is if you take. Well, hold on. It's my favorite spot to take a picture or to take a selfie at. This is beautiful. What I was going to say is it's purported to be lucky to be kissed under the Gothic arch.
The Poinsett Bridge. What do you get?
I don't know.
A lifetime of happiness?
Yes. Lots of romances.
Okay.
We'll go with that.
I can't gonna track my husband after 20 years.
Today's bridge. Cha, cha, cha. The thing I will tell you about that there is it's a little bit off the beaten path and not great Wi-Fi up there. So pull your map up ahead of time.
Yeah, that Devil's Fork Road area.
Yes, there's a little parking lot right across the street. You kind of walk across, and it's beautiful in every season. You're not going to believe how cute it is. It usually lands on one of my either most romantic lists or Valentine's Day, day dates.
Ooh, we'll have to do more episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, we could talk about day dates all the time because that's really fun.
Absolutely. What for somebody who's thinking about moving here, what would you want them to know about our history? The quick Cliff Notes version. They can get the full story in the book, but
yes, no, the quick short history is that Greenville's not very old. Travelers Rest is actually much older than us, and that's only 20 minutes away. But Greenville's rise happened during textile boom in really the 20s, the 30s, and the 40s. So we were an outlier community of Charleston, if you can believe it. We complain that it's buggy in August.
Well, nothing compared to Charleston.
Charleston elite used to come to Greenville to escape the mosquitoes. So there were some homes here, but really Greenville as a town did not occur until the textile mills came. So that's why you hear a lot about our textile industry. There are textile ruins down at the May River. You get to see lots of cool foundations from prior factories. It's also why we don't put our bare feet into the Reed River.
Don't eat anything that comes out of the Reed River.
No. They're still trying to get that cleaned up. But very pretty. But yeah, we're a kind of young town. I find it interesting that in 100 years, they're going to talk about the golden age of Greenville was now. And we're going to be the history. Because it's the revitalization that happened since 1995 until 2025 that's really made it what's so special. Yes, it was an adorable, town in the early 20s. Yes, it definitely had a lot of commerce after World War II. But then you talk about the lookability of Greenville, it's now. We're living it.
And then we've also got the historic neighborhoods near downtown.
Yeah.
There's 7 or 8. We happen to live in what I will call the best historic neighborhood, but there are several, and they're all lovely. I say that tongue in cheek because I'm here with
lots of 1920s architecture, lots of brick, lots of tapestry brick, lots of federal style homes. which is very great. Lots of traditional Southern architecture, which people really love. And they really stand the test of time. These are well-built homes that are easy to add onto and have a lot of great curb appeal. If you love neighborhoods in like Richmond, Virginia, or in like the Fan in Richmond, Virginia, or Virginia Highlands in Atlanta, you're gonna like the stylings of Greenville. There's also a big housing boom after World War II. So we have a lot of salt box and cottage architecture that I think has been well maintained and is really, really cute.
I personally love the wavy glass. The wavy glass that you'll see. And we've got the city in these historic neighborhoods protect stuff like that.
What you like to add is when your kids are super into baseball and soccer and balls go straight through it. And then you have to go source the wavy glass to try to fake what was once there. Not speaking from personal experience.
Fun fact, I have extra windows in my basement because I have a little boy who was 3 weeks old when we bought our house, and I was like, ooh, I feel like those windows need to stay right there. And there's only like 1 or 2 people in town that can fix the rope pulley of the windows.
Yes. It is, it's funny. Actually, my daughter's bedroom is part of our home that was once sleeping porch that at some point was enclosed. So I love living in old houses. We call my house, we call her Old Creaky Leggy. And Freddie, we are super good with that. That, all houses need maintenance. And so, you roll with it.
It's a labor of love having an older home.
I love living on the street with sidewalks. And I think Greenville has a lot of that. And I also think that's why I've noticed so many of my neighbors is because when you have sidewalks, people get out and walk their dogs and push a stroller. And, you meet people.
Yeah, I do. I think the key to getting to know your neighbors is to having a dog. Because Greenville is so dog friendly. And then you walk up and down the street and you
My dog, a kid, or a sidewalk. Yeah. Okay, I had a question for you.
Yes.
What is not easy to do in Greenville? I'm setting you up here because I actually thought of the question ahead of time. I have an answer, but
What is not easy to do in Greenville?
yeah. We're talking about all the great things about Greenville. When's something that's not as easy in Greenville that might be easy somewhere else?
I mean, probably public transit. I mean,
I
would say that's top of mind. Like when I think of like those big ass cities. But take me where you're available.
Well, no, but city council, we want you to figure out this public transportation. We would like more public transportation here.
We have a very sweet trolley.
We do have a very sweet trolley.
I thought I'd try to put a positive spin on it. I love our trolley.
And like New Orleans, it's cute to get on, but it doesn't get you anywhere efficiently.
Not that. No, this is about a romantic journey.
Yeah.
There.
Yes, and I think we checks a lot of romantic boxes. I agree. Oh, what I was thinking about, okay, well, there's so many upsides. So what are some of the downsides?
Mm-hmm.
I openly won't go to certain grocery stores if I don't have the time because you fall into someone.
Okay, that's where you go.
If you like, I just need 2 things and I've got to do it fast. I can't go to McBee, which is what we call the Publix downtown. I can't go to Harris Teeter. Either Harris Teeter.
No way could you go to the Harris.
No, because half our neighborhoods are at the Teeter Tavern drinking like $6 glasses of Pinot Noir. You can't go to Whole Foods. You'll definitely bump into somebody at Whole Foods or Trader Joe's.
And you need the whole paycheck at Whole Foods.
Don't forget. It's true. So it is so funny though, when I was thinking about what's tough about Greenville, like I literally am like, I'm in my sweats. I'm not going to brush my hair and I need 3 things. Where am I going? I mean, I will drive significantly out of my way.
See, this is when you send one of the children or your husband for the things.
It's true.
I wish. Mine aren't old enough to drive yet.
But I grew up in California that when you were checking out, like the person talked to you, it's because like something was wrong. And I remember when I moved here, they were like, "Did you find anything you need?" "Uh-huh." "Yeah." And they were like, "Was everything okay? How are you today? What's going on?" And I'm like, why are they talking to me?
They want to make a connection with you.
I know. And then when I had little kids, it was really nice because sometimes, we have babies. Like, you're like, I'll go to the grocery store and stand in line for my favorite person.
Right.
I need an adult to talk to today.
It is good. Yes, those were some years, right?
It's hard to go somewhere in Greenville after you've lived here a little bit and not bump into somebody you know though that you would rate.
Yes, and you know what I'm finding now is my children know people, places you go. And so they'll be like, oh, you're Sloan's mom, or oh, you're Dalton's. And I'm like, that's who I am now, Sloan's secretary. And so
Yes, you are.
my husband gets a kick out of it. He's like, so I'm going to get pizza, and the hostess knows our son. And I'm like, really? Really? So that happens all the time. So like even the kids, you know, they go to schools and camps and have their, you know, their extracurricular activity. Yes, we as a family, we can't go anywhere without one of the four of us knowing something.
Yeah, I don't know if are we a big small town or are we a small big town?
Ooh,
Which one would you vote for?
I'm a glass half full kind of girl.
Oh, me too. Okay. I'm happy with that.
Yeah, I mean, I love what we had here, and I'm hooked for life.
I also like, though, how convenient we can get to other places. Because when you do need or want that like, I want to go to an NFL game. You know, I want to go to the beach. Like, we don't have NFL teams. We don't have beaches. But it doesn't take us that long.
That would have been a good guess for the question you asked me a few minutes ago. I posted, they made sure, yeah. Anyway.
But, you know, 3 hours to Charleston, hour and a half to Charlotte.
All the things.